think I'm live. Am I live? Yeah, there's no webcam, guys. I have to say that right now. I'm not on a webcam. I'm just doing some audio recording right here. I just wanted to get this out of the way. Didn't want to waste any time by uploading shit. It's like I just want to get straight into this. Hopefully, if you guys see this live, you guys can comment down below, give me your opinions on the show. But without further ado, hey, what is up, you guys? It is Tyler. Welcome back to the Tyler Waves channel, and welcome to another video. This, ladies and gentlemen, is your review of WWE SummerSlam 2018. How do I really describe this show? Well, I'll be straight up with you guys. I did not watch the entire show from top to bottom. I was at work for the first portion of the show, so I did miss like 2 matches. Not the first 2 matches, but when I got home, I took a shower, so I did miss one of the matches, and then I did not watch the pre-show, so I will be straight up and fight with you guys on that. But I did catch most of the show, and from what I saw, it was... I don't really know how to put the show. Like, it was good, but there were parts of the show where I was just like, and then there was one part of the show I was just like, what the fuck? But there's 6 people watching the chat. What's going on, you guys? Comment down below what you guys think about the show as I go along here. It's a the Pedro show. We got Demon Dog 377. I see in the comment section. Roman is the champ. Fuck. The big dog Roman Reigns is finally the champ. Believe that. Yeah, guys, I guess I gotta spoil it now since everyone in the comment section is going. Roman Reigns is finally the Universal Champion. It took fucking forever for us to get to this point, but Roman Reigns has finally beat Brock Lesnar to become the Universal Champion. While I am not happy that Roman Reigns is the champion, I am not at all upset that Brock Lesnar is no longer the champion. Well, you're saying boo spoilers. I don't know what you were expecting, sir. You literally just joined in a review, and then people were spoiling in the comment section like right away. But yes, I'm sorry, guys. I spoiled it like literally right away. But don't worry, I won't bring it up ever again until we get to it. Okay, so let's start from the pre-show. We had the first matches: Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega versus Rusev and Lana. Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega, as they should have, won the match. I did not really catch this match. I don't think it's really worth going back to watch it from what I'm being told. Which, I mean, I guess. I think it's so funny how Rusev went from facing off against Roman Reigns, and I think it was the co-main event. Yeah, I think it was the co-main event of SummerSlam 2016. Technically, in air quotes, it was the co-main event of SummerSlam 2016. Then he went to having a 10. I was there when it happened. A 10-second match with Randy Orton. Let me shape this shit out for you guys. So, all right. So Randy Orton versus Rusev comes on. I'm like, all right, this is now time for me to go take a bathroom break. I go out. Match ain't even started yet. I go out. I get something to drink. I'm asking a lady, why can't I have a water bottle? And she says, because the fans might throw stuff in the ring. And I'm like, well, that's bullshit. Next thing I know, I hear a bump. I hear 1, 2, 3. I hear Randy Orton's steam play, and I said, wow. Wow. They really did Rusev dirty here. So that was SummerSlam 2017. I'm like, all right, maybe next year they'll give Rusev something different, because SummerSlam 2016, it's not like his match with Roman Reigns was any better. That wasn't even a match. Roman Reigns literally attacked Rusev, and the match never started. So for 2 straight SummerSlams, Rusev's kind of got dicked around. I'm like, all right, maybe this year will be different. Well, they dicked him even harder by putting him on the pre-show. Not only that, but he lost. I'm like, wow. They really do appreciate this guy. You know, I would like to think that maybe these guys care about their character and they're not in it for just the money. But I think that's pretty much where we're at here. If they really cared all that much, I don't think they would really stick around for WWE. Like, really, WWE just dicks around these guys. Like, so it's ridiculous. But I'm not here to talk about that. So Rusev and Lana, they lose. What else is new? And we didn't get into the Cruiserweight Championship match. Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. I was really rooting for Drew Gulak here. As a Philadelphia native, I had to back my man up. but he was unsuccessful in his attempt to beat Cedric Alexander, who retained the Cruiserweight Championship, which is the closest thing we'll ever get to a black world champion in this company, sadly. We then get into the next and last part of the kickoff show. The B Team, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel versus The Revival for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I sat there and I said to myself, wow, The Revival is finally getting a Raw Tag Team Championship match on the pre-show. What a fucking doozy these guys are to the company, right? So they get their championship match, and I'm like, well, you know, this is finally their time for them to finally think it's okay to, you know, try something with these guys. Because for the longest time, they've been on the main roster, and the WWE has done nothing with them. Nothing but made them fucking jokes. I'm like, all right, maybe this is their chance. They'll do something with them, but nope. BT beat them. B Team beat The Revival. And I'm just sat there, and I'm like, well... maybe Triple H will take him back on NXT, or maybe the contracts end soon, because as it stands right now, there is zero hope for The Revival. On my end, at least. I don't think there's any hope for The Revival. Let's see. Cedric retaining was stupid. Yeah, it kind of was. I really didn't understand the point of him retaining. We could use a new Cruiserweight champion. I mean, honestly, I don't watch 205 Live, so it's not like I have a reason to care. But Cedric won the title at WrestleMania. I felt like Mustafa Ali should have won the title at WrestleMania. Cedric won. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I don't really hear anyone talk about how great of a reign Cedric Alexander's having. So, Drew Gulak, he's enthusiastic. He's a great wrestler. Not trying to take away anything from Cedric Alexander, but I'm like, all right, Drew Gulak's someone who hasn't really gotten an opportunity. Let's give it to him. Let's give him something to do. And then he loses. Revival, they're not doing something. Let's give them something to do. Nope, they lose. Perfect. Perfect button by WWE. So then we get onto the main roster. Then we get onto the main card. The opening match was Seth Thanos, or Seth, I hope they remember you, or Seth, victory is mine, or Seth, we need a quote by Thanos here, guys. Here's what's a Thanos quote. In time, you will all know what it's like to lose, than to fail all the same. Or, Seth, the end is near. Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. Yes, I really spent 20 seconds on that. He can't, let me just say, Thanos Rollins came out. I didn't know what exactly he was dressed up as for a second. It took me a minute to process it all, with him having the shirt on and his gold boots. I didn't see the Infinity Stones on the boot, and literally, unless you were staring at his boot, you couldn't tell there was Infinity Stones on it. So I don't know how the hell you're supposed to tell. I'm just sitting here like, why the fuck is one of his boots gold? And then I'm like, I put two together, and I'm like, oh, my dumb ass didn't get this the first time. It's Thanos. All right, so obviously he's winning here because Thanos won in the Infinity War. So this is a dead giveaway. Of course it wasn't, but still. This was a really good match. Definitely, I would say, the best match on the entire show. I'm not going to go spot by spot like I usually do. Just going to try to go piece by piece and just tell you the pace of the match, all that kind of stuff. Because usually in these reviews, I'm like, oh, hey, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. I'm like, all right, let me not do this review round. So, really good stuff by both men. They've had a great series of matches throughout the summer. And I think with Seth being the one, I'm going into an end the match here. Seth Rollins delivered a boot, a super kick, and then finished it off with a curb stomp to pin Dolph Ziggler. You know, Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre were ringside for this match, but they really didn't do all that much. Like Drew McIntyre at one point tried to interfere, but then Dean Ambrose kind of chased him out of the ring. That's really the extent of what happened between those two men. Like, everyone thought, oh, Dean Ambrose about to turn heel and Seth Rollins, or Dean Ambrose is going to turn up. Like, he didn't really play a role to this match. He was kind of just there. Literally, if Drew did nothing in this match, you wouldn't even realize that they were there at all. But that's not taken away from the match. The match itself was great. Seth Rollins with a curb stomp and is now your new Intercontinental Champion. Which does mean, because WWE works this way, that we probably are in for another match at Hell in the Cell. That's what I'm thinking here, because everyone needs a contractual rematch. Unless you're the Universal Champion, which, fuck you. You don't get a rematch. So, Seth is the new champ. What do you guys think about Seth being the Intercontinental Champion? I have no issues with it. I thought maybe Universal Champion is more fitting, but hey, maybe we'll get closer and closer to that now that the Universal Champion is not on a grip from a part-timer. Oh, I said I want to bring it up again. Anyway, Seth's new champion. Bella Twins were in a segment talking about, oh, guys, we're so excited for Evolution in October. I swear to God, guys. You know, I'm happy that the women are getting a pay-per-view, and I think everyone else is happy that the women are coming together and everyone's holding each other at hand in hand like, yes, finally, we're getting our own pay-per-view. I get that they're happy about it, but literally every fucking show we have to hear about this shit? Really? Like, it's really starting to get annoying at this point. Like, I fucking know that there's a pay-per-view in October called Evolution, and it's all women. You don't have to fucking tell me about it every single fucking minute. But the Bella Twins were on there to promote it, and they're talking about how, we can't wait for Alexa Bliss to lose to Ronda Rousey tonight. Further adding on to the rumor that's going around that Nikki Bella will be challenging Ronda Rousey at Evolution, most likely for the Raw Women's Championship. So that was kind of the extent of the segment there. It didn't set up anything. And it really was vague in what the intentions were, but we could tell it was teasing that. We didn't get into the next match. It was a SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. It was the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. This was the match I took a shower on. I honestly cannot tell you what happened, but from what I can tell you, the Bludgeon Brothers won the match via... Well, New Day won the match via disqualification. Welp. We need some... We need someone to stick an injection, like a needle into the SmackDown Tag Team division, because this whole ensemble of the Usos, the New Day, and the Bludgeon Brothers, I feel like that's the only combination of tag teams you'll be getting on SmackDown Live for like the past year. Yeah, since like SummerSlam 2017, it's been the New Day and the Usos. Then after them, the Bludgeon Brothers came into the picture, and that's all we've been getting. That's what I at least feel like we've all been getting the whole time, at least. So, I don't know. I mean, the Bars and SmackDown Tag Team Division, so they're going to do something with them obviously soon. But can we please get at least, like, can they at least try to use sanity? Can they bring up one more? Actually, fuck that. Don't bring up any more tag teams, because you obviously don't know what the fuck to do with your tag team division now. They need to form more tag. They need to just look at their division, be like, who isn't doing anything right now? And form tag teams with them and make an active tag team division, because this ensemble of just 3 tag teams is not working. It just isn't. Seeing the same match over and over again, pay-per-view after pay-per-view, it gets tiresome. It gets boring. They need to figure some shit out. And yes, Jacob the Wolf Cass, is Dean going to turn heel? Well, at the end of the match, Dean and Seth celebrated, and Dean did not turn heel. So I think they're going to wait on that. Whether they do it tomorrow night on Raw or they do it a few weeks down the line, I think it's coming. But they're going to wait on it. And you know what? I agree with it. I don't think they really need to do the turn just yet, especially because Dean just came back from injury. You know, you want to work off that crowd hype. So I don't see a reason to turn him heel just yet. They can milk this for a little bit longer. Maybe not the feud itself. I don't need them to milk Self versus Dolph any longer, but they can milk the whole tag team of Seth and Dean for a little bit. Bring back Primo and Epico. Are they even still with the company? Are they still signed to the company anymore? I don't know. Whenever I think that they're not signed with the company, they end up turning up. So let me not jinx it. Maybe they're not with the company anymore and they're off doing better things. Anyway, we then get to the next match. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, I believe the stipulation was if Kevin Owens won by pinfall, submission, countout, or DQ, he would automatically be, awarded the briefcase. Kevin Owens came out with the KO in the Bank t-shirt, which it's always cool to see Kevin Owens coming out with custom t-shirts. Braun Strowman, Money in the Bank. It was really just a squash match at the end of the day. Like, literally, Braun Strowman did a few splashes. He did a choke slam. He did a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Then he had a power slam, and it was over. There was really nothing special about this match whatsoever. So that happened, and it further made me think, well, we're seeing cash in tonight. Then we get into the next match, which I was so eager to see. cough. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, going into this match, I'm like, you know, Carmella's kind of really just the third wheel here, and this match is really just between Charlotte and Becky, when you think about it. Because here, it was supposed to be between Becky and Carmella, because Carmella, you know, Carmella and Becky had something going on. But then, who the fuck came into the picture? Thinking they could just run shit because, you know, they're Ric Flair's daughter. Oh, here comes Charlotte, back from titty repairment. She comes back, beats Carmella, and now she's in the match. It's like, what the fuck? What did she do? What did she do? Like, she literally came back, and here's your title opportunity. That's basically what happened. Everyone was so mad about that. Let's see, AOP would be a good challenge. They would be. Yeah, and I don't think anyone else was really happy about that either. So then we get to this match. Let me just say, the first thing that annoyed me was that Carmella and Charlotte basically had the same shade of pink in this match. Carmella came out and her attire just looked all types of what the hell is she wearing? Like, I guess it's just because I'm so used to her wearing that one piece now. It looks like she wore the one piece, but she cut off the torso section of it, and she was just wearing like the trunks and the bra. It just looked weird on her. Like, that attire alone just did not fit. So she wore that, and it was like pink and black. Then Charlotte came out, and Charlotte had almost a damn near same shade of pink, and that just annoyed me the entire match, because I'm just like, I can't. They're not a tag. My thing is, if you're not a tag team, you should be wearing the same shade of color. That's just how I feel when it comes to wrestling. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I just think it's really weird when people wear the same color and they're not in a tag team or whatever. Like, contrast colors shows that they don't go well together. That's from a cinematic standpoint, at least. So when two colors are together, I shouldn't have to go through and explain this to you guys. You know what I mean. So Becky Lynch came out. They had their match. The match was actually good. Well, it wasn't a bad match. I would say it was actually. I would say this is probably the third. Yeah, definitely third best match. I think the match that came out that was the best match on the show. Definitely the third best match. Like I said, Charlotte and Becky was really the ones that were taken in the match. Carmella kind of just did her thing on the side, coming in here and there for offense with Charlotte more so. We really didn't see a lot of Becky and Carmella, you know, back and forth. Charlotte hit some of her goodwill spots, you know, the moonsault, the spear. There was this one spot where she went for a spear onto Carmella, who was doing a flatliner on Becky, and it just did not connect at all. It just looked all... There were some spots where they were doing triple threat moves. You guys know what I mean, where like one person hits the other and then it connects into another move. I call it a triple threat move. They did like 2 or 3 triple threat moves that just did not land at all. Like, Becky went for a missile dropkick onto Carmella and Charlotte Flair, and she didn't hit either one of them, but they both fell anyway, and I was like, oof. I was trying to do the fucking Roblox sound effect, but please act like you didn't hear that. Anyway, so the end of the match came. Now, when the setup happened, I immediately told myself, I know what's about to happen, and this is about to be some bullshit. So basically, Becky Lynch had Carmella locked in the disarmer, and she had her locked in. Carmella gets to the ropes, but Becky Lynch pulled her right back to the middle, locked her right back into the disarmer. Charlotte, from out of nowhere, hits the fucking what's it called? The cutter she does. I can't think of the name of it. Is it the Queen something? I don't know. She hit her finishing cutter onto Becky Lynch and pinned Becky Lynch to become the SmackDown Women's Champion. I literally said out loud, "Are you fucking kidding me?" There was no Not only did Becky Lynch lose, but she got pinned. They couldn't even have the decency to fucking pin Carmella in this match. They had to fucking pin Becky, the one who actually earned the right to be in the match. I sat there like, are you shitting me right now? Did you really just do natural selection? Thank you very much, Fred. Did you really just do this to Becky? She ain't deserve that shit. She did not deserve that at all. So Carmella went. Now the crowd even was like indifferent. They were indifferent at first, but then they started to boo. Like, I was with the crowd on it too. I was like, yeah, this is some bullshit. This is really some bullshit. You have Carmella celebrating. You hear it started off as a cheer, and then it slowly started to fade into boos. Like slowly but surely start to fade into boos. There's a shot of Carmella crying. I was internally crying, but then I was internally starting to boil up with anger about this booking decision. Then the theme cut. Charlotte's in the ring. The crowd is now just booing Charlotte at this point. Becky gets up. They hug each other. The crowd is just like, we're not believing this shit. Now, I don't know if the crowd thinks they're going to turn or if they're just not feeding into the whole friendship shit because they just booed anyway. So Becky and they hug. They hug for a oddly long time. Then they hug again. At this point, you already know what's coming. And Becky turns on Charlotte and starts going at her, and the crowd loses their shit. They're going, yes, yes, yes. I'm going, yes, yes, yes. She's attacking. This wasn't like the world's best heel turn or the world's best post-match attack, but Becky basically turned on Charlotte and walked out. The crowd chanted, I said to myself, I said, you know what, Brooklyn? This is a great time to chant, you deserve it, because Charlotte deserves all of this shit. And Brooklyn did not let me down. They started a, you deserve it. You deserve it. That made my fucking night when they chanted that. Listen, guys. Charlotte Flair came back from booby repairment surgery. Was inserted into a match she had no place being in. And then basically fucked over Becky Lynch by hitting her from behind and pinning her in the match. So yeah, Charlotte deserved all of that shit that she got after the match. So I guess that's setting up the program between Becky and Charlotte. Honestly and truly, I would have rather the role been reversed and Becky pinned Charlotte and Charlotte turned on Becky, because if you ask me, I feel like Charlotte works better as a heel. You guys laughing because I said booby repairment surgery? That's what happened. She deserved all of that shit. Anyway. So that was the match. Hopefully we get Becky beating Charlotte sometime in the future. Maybe Survivor Series. Maybe a bit earlier. Maybe tomorrow. I mean, Tuesday. You guys get what I mean. Anyway, we then get to the next match. The WWE Championship match. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. The first issue I had was that this match was placed within the second hour of the show. This match came on at 9 o'clock. Was it not? It was like 9 o'clock. Or maybe even 8:45. I said, this is the fucking WWE Championship. This is the second biggest show of the year. And this is taking place in the middle of the show. If this does not at all indicate to you how much of a shit, which is none, that this company cares about the biggest, the most prestigious championship that they have, I can't even, it makes me so angry. Like, why are you doing this to your WWE championships? It should main event. It should co-main event. Why the fuck is it in the middle of the show? Why? And to make matters worse, the United States Championship. The United States Championship went on 3 matches after this. That just made me go, they really don't give a fuck about this championship. Why is this championship resorted to being World Heavyweight Championship status from 2010? Because that's immediately what I think. Y'all remember 10 years ago when a World Heavyweight Championship was a thing? That was literally just SmackDown's championship. Not the main championship, it was SmackDown's championship. And it was always the fucking opener at WrestleMania. It was always the opener at SummerSlam. It was always the second, third match at Survivor Series. And they're doing the same thing with the WWE Championship. Except the WWE Championship was still the WWE Championship 10 years ago. And that was main event of the show. Now it's the fucking middle. That pisses me off when I think about it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it just makes me so angry. So that was my little rant. Let me get into the match itself. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I thought this was the best match on the show. These two, let me just say, Samoa Joe started off the match with the promo. He went straight at AJ Styles' wife. He said something about, what did he say exactly? He said that he promises that their dad will be coming home with them tonight because he'll be whooping that ass, basically. And after that, AJ Styles got on the mic for I don't understand why he got on the mic after this. He should have just beat his ass after that. AJ Styles, let me just say, for a man who's supposed to be a family man and protect his family, I'm not saying he doesn't protect the family, but if anyone came at my daughter and wife like that, I would beat their ass on the spot. AJ Styles grabbed the microphone and said, "No, I'm gonna beat your ass." I'm like, wow, he's not getting laid tonight after that. Like, really? You couldn't even at least go at him after that comment? But whatever. So we get into the match. These two, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, it was like 2005 all over again. Like, it wasn't some 5-star classic. But these two, they put it on the line. AJ Styles hit all his greatest hits. Joe hit all his greatest hits. They had great chemistry. Like, that chemistry that they once had a long time ago, it was never lost. They're just older now. That's basically all this match was. A little bit later on, Samoa Joe locked in his coquina. AJ Styles was able to break free. Joe went for the muscle buster, which I was like, ain't no way in hell he's hitting this move. When was the last time Samoa Joe even hit the muscle buster? Can anyone think when was the last time he actually hit that move? Anyway, so he went for it, but AJ Styles countered it. He got kicked right off the rope, and literally, I thought his head did hit the. Literally, he got kicked off the top rope, and his head hit the steel step. I was like, fuck, that had to hurt. And his head started bleeding. I was like, oh shit. So Joe got out of the ring, got on top of the announce table, and let me tell you what this motherfucker said. Now this was worthy of the. You guys know the whole. Oh, you guys know that whole meme. When the black guys scream out loud, and when someone says like a roast. This was worthy of that. This was worthy of 10 of those. So Samoa Joe gets on the top of the announce table. He grabs the microphone. He says this to AJ's wife and her daughter, whoever the hell Wendy is. I don't know. He says, "I made you a promise that Daddy was coming home. It looks like he's not, but I'll be your new daddy." I rolled on the floor. It was not even. It was not as funny as it was, but I was rolling, dude. That was just gold right there. AJ Styles finally said, "You know what? I should be a father now. I should be a father and actually go after this man." He goes after Samoa Joe. He's attacking him. He's going all over top of him, sending him into the announce table. He's throwing the fishes out the way. He grabs a chair. He starts going ham on this guy, getting himself DQ'd at this point. He won't stop. He's going all at him. He's going chair shots to the back. He's just not stopping. Officials have to come out here and tell him to stop kicking too much ass. Now, what I found weird here is that I don't think that the announcers ever said that AJ Styles retained the title or whatever. They didn't even play his theme. Like, literally, he stops. And this is what I found really weird about the end of this match. He stops. And he goes over to his wife and his daughter. And his daughter, much to the cuteness of her, says, "Daddy, you're bleeding." And he apologized to her. And they walked off into the sunset as WWE champ. And I was just sitting here like, is that the end of the match? Is this really how the match ends? Are you kidding me? Like, I didn't know whether to be angry or what. Like, I was, first of all, I was mad that the match ended by DQ in the first place. It shouldn't have ended in DQ at all. Secondly, AJ Styles just said, "Fuck this match," and just walked off. Like, literally attacked Samoa Joe, went with his wife and kids, and just walked off to the back. I was like, wow. AJ just abandoned the fans. Now, what they should do, AJ should have dropped the title and said, "You know what? You are more important to me than this title ever was," and just give the title over to Samoa Joe. That would have been, that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. Now that I say it out loud, I was just spitting, but now that I say it out loud, that would not have been a bad idea. Just give the title to Samoa Joe. Like, you know what? My family's more important than you and this title. Then again, that sounds more like a heel turn than anything, but we didn't get on to the next segment. Elias comes out. Wasn't he supposed to have like a concert in New York or something? He's supposed to have some fucking concert. And it got canceled for some reason. So he comes out. He's playing his guitar. "Hello, I am Elias. I got one question for you here tonight. Who wants to..." All that shit. He's talking his usual shit. He goes to play his guitar. I don't know if something is off cue or his guitar is off or something, but he just can't play. He gets mad. He throws his guitar to the ground. He kicks over the chair and he walks off. And I was like, well, that was a waste of like 5 minutes. We didn't get a segment with The Miz and The Miz Taraj backstage. The Miz finally walks by them, the B team. And he's like, The Miz Taraj is so glad to see you guys. I see you guys won some Raw Tag Team Championships. Hey, how about you guys go fetch my limo for old time's sake? And then they're like, nah, fuck you, Miz. We're on to better things. Raw Tag Team Championships. And we're about to get our own show. Total Fellas. But since we're the B team, it's the B. Total Bellas. Not gonna lie, I did chuckle a little bit. And I was about to extend the joke. We didn't get into the match that everyone was the most excited for. I was most excited for as well. The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. The promo going into this match was amazing. It recapped the entire 8-year rivalry that they had and summed it up into, this is the most important match of the show, and this is what should end the show. Except it isn't. So anyway, we get into the match. The match was good, but I don't remember it being like anything special, really. Bryan was doing his thing. The Miz was doing his thing. Trash talking throughout the whole thing. Fuck. I just hit my elbow on the table. The Miz was trying to be technical in this match. He was doing all types of submissions and wearing the damn Bryan down. I will say this match was a little slow in the beginning, and I guess they were just building off of that tension. You know, they were working the crowd. But honestly, I just found myself a little bored at the very beginning. It picked up towards the end, even though it really never picked up to like a extremely fast-paced Ricochet Adam Cole level match. But it picked up towards the end. The Miz went outside the ring to Maurice. They're chatting it up for a bit. The Miz mocking Daniel Bryan with yes chants. Dan Bryan gets outside the ring, sends it back into the ring. They start going at it for a little bit more. The Miz slides back outside the ring. And he's talking to Maurice, but this time Maurice hands him something. So Daniel Bryan says, hey, this is my time to do a suicide dive. Even though it looks like Miz is being handed something, I'm going to try for a suicide dive anyway. So he goes for a suicide dive. And the Miz, obviously we see he has brass knuckles in his hands. And Steve Wonder could have fucking saw the brass knuckles in his hands. But he has brass knuckles in his hand. Punches Daniel Bryan right in the face. Rolls into the ring for the 3 count. 1, 2, 3. And the Miz defeats Daniel Bryan. As I correctly predicted, the Miz beat him. While I am a fan of the winner, I thought that the best decision was to go with the Miz winning, especially if they want to extend this feud out until like Royal Rumble, possibly WrestleMania. I think the best decision was for the Miz to win. What I was not a fan of was this bullshit ass finish. Like, I can understand the Miz cheating to win, but brass knuckle finish? Are you really? This is the 8-year rivalry. This is what it's building up to. Brass knuckles to the face, and that's how the match ends. Hey, what's up, Ramsey? Funny seeing you there. Like, I felt so fucking cheated out of the finish of this match. Yeah, the match sucked. Miz cheated. It's not even... I just felt like that was such a waste. We build up to that? On a side note, WWE is giving Daniel Bryan a lighter schedule. Yeah, Daniel Bryan is still in negotiations with WWE. He has not re-signed a contract, which is also part of the reason why I think he lost this match. Because, you know, if you're leaving, you go out on your back. That whole thing in wrestling. So if that is Daniel Bryan's last match, what a fucking really terrible way to go out. But if it isn't, then it is a good way to lead into their next match, possibly. Anyway, I still think that the ending sucked. But then we get into the next match. Finn Balor versus Daniel Bryan. So Constable Corbin comes out here. And the lights cut out after his entrance. Now the lights are out for like a few seconds. And I'm sitting here like, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then you hear bum, bum, bum. And I'm like, yes! I started marking out because we have not seen Demon Balor since fucking Halloween, pumpkin, this is Halloween, this is Halloween, Demon Balor. That was the last time we seen Demon Balor when he faced off against mumps Bray Wyatt. That was the last time Bray Wyatt with the mumps or some shit. That's the last time we see Demon Balor, I think. No, correction. He faced up against AJ Styles as the Demon. But that was last year in like October or November. Something like that. It was a while since we seen the Demon Balor. So he comes out. It's really, really, really good artwork done by whoever does his paste spraying and spray painting and just overall all that shit. I wish I could show you guys a screenshot, but I don't want to take too much time to do that. The Demon King. The New Japan was slick as hell uploading a Finn Balor match. Yeah, man, they were. I mean, so was Evolve uploading the Remembering Matt Riddle video. So Demon King comes out. He has his tongue out almost instantly as he gets in a ring. Bell rings. He basically squashes Baron Corbin in a minute. I mean, missile drop kick into the corner, sling blade, another sling blade, and then a coup de grace, and he pins Baron Corbin. The art was very different. Yes, the art was different. It was like mostly black. At first, I was like, should I be offended by the fact that he's in mostly black face? And I was like, nah, let me not get triggered by this. It was like mostly black, and then he had like red around his eyes, and then he had this like really big like mouth opening up on his chest, and then he had some really cool tattoo on the back. It was really cool. I would definitely advise you go watch the match and just see the just if nothing, just to see the design and the entrance, because literally the match is skippable. It really went 1 minute. Baron Corbin got no offense in. So that happened. Let me just say this. Demon King, Finn Balor, he had his fucking tongue out the entire time. As the match was going on, he had his tongue out. As the match ended, he had his tongue out. As he celebrated, his tongue was out. I'm like, why the fuck? Is he suffering from dry mouth or some shit? Like, why is his tongue out the entire time? Put your tongue back in your mouth. Like maybe Kathy Kelly's into that type of shit, but for real, it was really unnerving to watch the entire match like that. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, so then we get into the next segment. Daniel Bryan's backstage with a trainer. Brie Bella visits him with possibly the worst fucking acting ever. We all knew Brie Bella was a terrible actor. Years did not do her any justice. I mean, let me say this. She got slightly better at acting, but it was still bad. She basically was like, "Oh, baby, I hope you're doing fine. I can't believe you lost to Daniel Bryan. I'm breaking up with your ass. You're a little bitch. I'm taking Sky with me." I'm just kidding. No, wait. Sky is fucking the Miz's baby. Yeah, I'm taking the Miz's baby with me. Please forgive me, guys. I'm not going without a script. I'm not doing any cuts, and I am not editing this video. So if I say some random shit, you guys know what it is. Anyway, that segment happened. It literally set up nothing. We didn't get to the next match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy for the United States Championship. I'll say this. These two, it just doesn't do it for me. They're great. Shinsuke Nakamura, really great wrestler. Jeff Hardy, so I don't know what it is. Maybe it's age. Maybe they just don't have good chemistry together. The last two matches that they had, and this match here just was not doing it for me. I was on my phone. I was doing other things. I was not at all focused on this match. Nakamura did hit a Kinshasa onto Jeff Hardy for the pin. Randy Orton's music hit. He started walking down to the ramp, stared at Nakamura, but then walked right back. He did a Cody Rhodes on him. So, as it looks here, we are continuing the feud between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton without the title, I guess. Even though it seemed like that was the feud to begin with. I don't understand why they did this match and not have Randy Orton involved in any way, shape, or form. Or you could have had this Beauty Triple Threat match instead of having Charlotte in the fucking women's match. How about that? But no, we got this. So this is the dead period of the show, basically. You had just the last two matches that happened. I mean, not to say that the Daniel Bryan match wasn't good, But the next match that came after it was just very, very weird. And not to say it was a bad match. It was just very weird how it went. So then we had Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey came out. I don't know who the fuck did her makeup, but they should never do her makeup ever again. It looked like someone smeared it all over her eyes. Her eyes. I guess she looked like a fucking deer. She looked like an elk. It was an elk type eyeshadow she had on, and it just did not look good on her. So hopefully she never does it again. She stormed the ring, got in, wasted no time. She was not smiling. She wasn't high-fiving the crowd. She wasn't waving. She just stormed the ring, got in, and that was it. I love that. I love that entrance. They need to do more of that serious Ronda entrance. That's what we need. We need more of that instead of this happy-go-lucky shit. So I was actually a fan of this. Before that, Natalya came out wearing her dad's jacket. Rest in peace, Jim the NFL Neidhart. Crowd gave her a standing ovation. She sat ringside for this match. We didn't get into it. So Ronda Rousey basically intimidates Alexa Bliss to the point where she got out of the ring. Ronda Rousey said, "No, get back into the ring. Get back into the ring. I'll let you get the first hit. You know what? I'll even turn my back on you. You know what? I'll even fucking meditate in this ring." So she starts meditating in the fucking ring. Alexa Bliss comes in, tries to choke her, but Ronda Rousey hits her with a judo suplex. And then another judo suplex. Then she starts dragging her by the arm. And then she did a hip toss. Then she did a few more moves. Basically, Alexa Bliss got in zero offense in this match. It was all Ronda Rousey. Then she locked in the armbar. You guys know they were just dying to do the whole Ronda Rousey arm snapping Alexa Bliss spot because she's double jointed. So they were just begging her, like, "Ronda, can you please just snap her arm?" And because she's double jointed, just make it like you just broke us. That way we get on ESPN. That's basically what they did here. So she snapped Alexa Bliss's arm, and she tapped out, and that was the match. Ronda Rousey's your new Raw Women's Champion. And I was like, wow. Where is the "that was easy" button when you need it? We did all this build up to this match, and it ended like at least had Alexa put up like a little bit of a fight. She put up no fight at all. Mind you guys, Alexa Bliss is supposed to be facing Trish Stratus at Evolution. And she came out of this match looking like a jobber. So don't really know what that does for her, but I guess it does the world for Ronda Rousey. So Ronda Rousey's new Women's Champion. I really don't have too much to complain about. At least they didn't put the title on her in Money in the Bank because that would have been way too soon. I still think it's soon putting it on her in like her third or fourth singles match, but whatever. We're getting the card we're dealt with. Now the question is, with her and Charlotte being Women's Champion, who drops their title and who goes into WrestleMania? Because we can all just assume that the match WrestleMania is probably going to be Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. But the question is, who's going in there as champion? If I had to get my early prediction now, I think that Ronda's going in there as champion, and Charlotte's going to beat her because Charlotte must beat everybody, and Charlotte must conquer everything. We then get on to the main event. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Let me just say this, guys. Vince McMahon swindled every single one of you. You can say, "Oh, he didn't fool me. I knew this was going to happen from the beginning." He swindled and he tricked every single one of you into watching this match. Because basically what he did was he built this up for years. For fucking 3 years, he built up this match where Roman Reigns could not beat Brock Lesnar. And even though we didn't want to see Roman Reigns face Brock Lesnar in the first place, he built up this 3-year-long storyline where Roman Reigns could not defeat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar now has been holding on to the Universal Championship for 500 days. 500 days that we did not want to see Brock Lesnar as the Universal Champion. So going into this match, you don't want Brock Lesnar to be champion anymore. And against your will, even though you don't like Roman Reigns, you really badly want to see him beat Brock Lesnar just so he no longer is champion. You still don't like Roman Reigns, you still don't want to see him with the champion, but this is basically the only option you're being dealt. So you just take what you have. Now in your mind, you're like, we'll give him the last 2 matches, and it seemed like Roman Reigns was going to win those, and he lost. How am I supposed to really believe that he's going to win this match? So you're going in here with an anxiety attack ensuing, because if Brock Lesnar wins, you don't know if you want to stop watching or if you want to keep watching in hopes that he will actually lose the title to Roman Reigns one fucking day. And then you have Braun Strowman with the Money in the Bank briefcase lurking in the shadows, and you're sitting here wondering, will they finally pull the trigger? This is the moment. Do they want to hijack? Do they want to let the crowd hijack the show? Might be the best time. So we're wondering this throughout the whole entire beginning of the entrances. When Reigns comes out, he gets booed. Brock Lesnar comes out, he gets booed. Match is about to start. Braun Strowman comes down to the ring. The crowd just goes insane. Comes out of the Money in the Bank briefcase. I think they did this well. He comes out and he says, you know what? The past few briefcase cash-ins have been people cashing in when their opponent is down or when their back is turned. Well, I'm not a little bitch, so I'm going to cash in right after this match. I said, you know what? If he wasn't so much of a bitch, why didn't he just cash in right then? Why didn't he just... If Braun Strowman was really a man, he would have cashed in right then and there and made it a triple threat match. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But he said, right after this match, I'm going to cash in. Despite my opponent being 100%, I'm going to cash in, and someone's going to get these hands. So yeah, that was Braun Strowman's mentality. And basically, what happened here is that Vince McMahon swindled you into watching this match in belief that Braun Strowman would cash in and save you from either Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar being Universal Champion. But what happened? That did not happen. So I will be the first to say, this match was not bad. It was not a bad match. Was it good? I mean, I think that's debatable, depending on your taste in Brock and Roman matches. They've had like 4 matches at this point. But I guess it's what your taste is in Brock Roman matches. Of the matches they had, I think this is probably their second best. Because their greatest Roman match fucking sucked. Roman Reigns started off like a ball of fire. Superman punches, spears. They were teasing it that he was going to win, but you didn't know because Braun Strowman was there. He went for a spear, but Brock Lesnar sent him right into Braun Strowman. Then after that, Brock Lesnar got outside the ring, hit Braun Strowman with a F5. He took the Money in the Bank briefcase. He was at the fucking ring. He hurled the briefcase all the way the fuck up to the fucking screen. I said, that is some fucking scary strength. I said, whoa. He hurled that shit at the fucking Minitron and broke it. I was like, what the fuck? So at this point, I'm like, well, he's not cashing in. And to further add on to this fact, Brock Lesnar then took a chair and started going in on Braun Strowman. I'm like, yep, he's not cashing in. So Brock gets back into the ring, and Roman hits a spear onto Brock Lesnar and pins him 1, 2, 3. I leap up out of my chair in a ray of joy that Brock Lesnar is no longer the Universal Champion. And I said to myself, Vince McMahon, you are a fucking genius. He really is. I didn't think I would ever be happy to see Roman Reigns as champion. I am not happy that he is a champion. I'm more so happy that Brock Lesnar is not the champion. I did not ever saw myself being happy that Braun Strowman, being ringside. Just the way the match happened. I never thought I would actually be happy with the result of it, but I was. And it was all because that old man, he let this story play out, and he had us all believe that we had it all figured out, that this was going to be the end result, but nope. Nope. Truly is a mastermind. So Braun Strowman did not cash in like he said he was. Liar. And Roman Reigns is your new Universal Champion. So we are no longer in this grip hold of no longer seeing the Universal Champion every single week. Now we get a full-time champion again, and hopefully we'll have more to come. Enough of this part-time bullshit. No more Goldbergs, no more Brocks. We need a long period of time with full-time champions to reestablish this title, because for the longest time, this title has not been on television. This title has not meant shit. So they need to reestablish this title. And Roman Reigns, I guess he's the guy to reestablish it. I don't know. That's up to you guys. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. And yeah, that was SummerSlam. If I had to give it a rating, I would say it was I'd give it a 3, or I'd give it a 2.5. I'd give it a 3. It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't a good show. I would give it a solid. I'll give it a solid 3.5. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 10. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. You don't have to go out of your way to watch this show. It was nothing special. I'm glad I wasn't there for it. I would have felt like, wow, this wasn't worth my money. So I'm glad I watched it at home. But yeah, guys, that was SummerSlam. Thank you all for watching this review. This very, very badly put together review. I'm sorry if I was all over the place. I literally had like little notes to work off of, and I had no script, and I just gotta go right into this. I have not done a live review in a very long time, so that's why I'm going to use as my excuse for why this review just was the way it is. Anyway, thank you all for listening. I love you guys always, and I will talk to you all later. Peace out.